All right, well, welcome to Facebook Friday here from Southeastern Fertility. Dr. Gordon and Linda coming at you.
Hello,
And
hello.
hello. And neither of us were here last week.
No, vacation.
Yes, Mark did it solo. Solo. You know,
Good
I was
job,
wondering
Mark.
what would be the exciting guest star, and
It was Mark.
it was Mark by himself. You know, and he didn't talk about the Cubs much. I know.
No,
he did
it was very uncreative.
Yeah, that's right. It's all right. So we were actually down in Dallas. Last weekend.
Oh,
Okay.
The Big D.
The
You ever been
Big
to
D.
Dallas?
No.
No. What is Dallas famous for?
Cool. You know, the Dallas, the show.
Okay, the show. That's true. That's true. The show Dallas. What other things is Dallas famous for?
The oil wells.
Oil wells. That's right. It was the most important event that happened in our country's history. It happened in Dallas.
Oh.
It wasn't a happy thing. November 22nd, 1963.
I know where he's going. I bet you do.
Before I was born.
That's right. Before I was born too. The assassination of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, JFK. And so we went, you know, we
Did
liked
you
the
go to
people
all
in
the
Dallas.
sites?
We did see the sights. We went to Dealey Plaza, where where this, you know, and it's not very big. Like you hear about the grassy knoll,
Yeah.
right? The second shooter conspiracy theory at the grassy knoll, and you hear, oh, the grassy knoll, right? This is like a tiny little strip of grass, man. It's like it's tiny. I was like, that's the grassy knoll. Like I expected something bigger. That's it. That's it. So.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Bring him right there. He.
Sorry, we didn't realize.
Don't
Yes.
Well.
Don't get the patients on
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So we.
Yeah, we're not getting the
Well,
patients.
Well,
So we'll just
we're gonna
walk
move.
this
We're gonna
way.
move. Actually, we're in front of Mark's new banner here for the ADC.
Yeah,
Live.
it was really nice.
But
But now,
but all right, we're on the move.
now we're
We're on the
moving.
move. All right.
We're going.
Just dun.
This is how you know it's live.
That's right. We're moving. We're moving.
If we were planning it, nothing like that would ever
Okay,
happen.
now we're standing in front of the smaller ADC banner here. All right. So we're about to move again. So yes, the Kennedy assassination.
Yes.
November 22nd, 1963, right? And JFK, he was very famous in his Boston accent for many phrases that he turned. Maybe he didn't write them, but remember, in 1969, when man landed on the moon, Kennedy had said in his famous speech in the early part of his presidency about, you know, we choose to go to the moon not because it is easy, because it is hard, right?
That's
So-
good. That's
Oh,
good.
you did
So
such a
here-
good job on
So
those.
here at Southeastern Fertility, you know, we choose through our partnership with ADC to do embryo adoption not because it is easy, but because it is hard. It is hard to do well, right? To do well. So that's, you know, we have all these, you know, wonderful stories that have been the result of all the hard work Dr. Keenan and the folks at ADC have, from the very beginning, putting together the program. But it isn't easy, right? It is hard. It is hard to do, and we have a whole staff involved with the process of matching embryos to donor, because if you do it easy, you do it poorly, right? And then all of a sudden you're just like handing out embryos like you're standing by the side of the road with a box full of Labrador puppies saying, here, you want a puppy? Take a puppy, take a puppy. I mean, you know, no, right?
Not with
So
our embryos.
that's right, not with our embryos. So it is, to do it well, it's hard, right? So then, of course, we got into
conspiracy
mode, right? So now we're like, oh, you know, who killed the president, right? There's all these conspiracy theories, right? You know,
The CIA.
was it, yeah, and Lee Harvey Oswald, right? The presumed assassin, shot to death 2 days later in City Hall, moving him from the city jail to county jail. Jack Ruby, nightclub owner, you know, shoots him right there on live TV.
Tying up loose
Right?
ends.
How does that happen? Exactly, tying up loose ends. Is it the CIA? Is it the Russians? Is it the mob? Is it aliens? Who knows, right? So, you know,
Was it the vice president?
was
I
it
heard that
right?
one, too.
Exactly. Was it Johnson? You know, so you know he's a good Texan. But I'm just saying, all these conspiracy theories sort of start spinning, right, about the whole thing. So then we came home, started watching TV shows about it. There's a lot of TV shows on Netflix about conspiracy theories
Did you
about
see
the
the new
assassination.
documentary?
We didn't see the brand new one. We saw
Okay.
an older one. But I mean, it's just like, you know, and we were up there, you know, in the book depository building where the museum is. And you look down on that motorcade route, and it's a pretty good shooting angle. I mean, you know, right there, and you could see that, you know, that motorcade made that turn. That, you know, it was perfectly placed. Why? Why was he there, Linda? You know, all these things. So conspiracies are interesting things, and they catch fire. And I think that, you know, as we're dealing with the ongoing pandemic, which is exhausting, you know, there's conspiracy theories about the vaccine too, right?
Yes.
And we hear a lot from our patients, like, you know, it's designed by Bill Gates in concert with Moderna so he can make more money. Does Bill Gates really need more money, Linda? I mean, the man, how could he even spend the money he has?
Well, he is getting divorced. He might need it.
Well, that's true. That's right. But, you know, so
I think he'll be all right.
I think he'll probably be fine.
And the magnetic stuff for the metal stuff. You
Oh,
know, they
yeah,
put the
exactly.
magnets on the
Right.
place where you get.
Right,
and-
exactly. So I mean, it's just so it, you know, and it just, you know, it rewrites your DNA and you know, potentially makes you infertile, and you know, all these things that these conspiracy theories that are up there that is all invented. There's no such thing as COVID's not even caused by the SARS-2 you know, virus. I mean, you name it. I mean, it's conspiracy palooza, right? And you know, and I was in DC for those 20 years, and believe me, there's a lot of conspiracy theories, you know, just DC, just walking around town. So, but I think with the virus and with the
Most of it
vaccine, I do think that it's important, you know, to try to separate fact from fiction, right?
Yes.
And so, but it's interesting, right? I mean, so we came back from Dallas, right? And you know, Allison says to me, "What do you think?" I said, "Well, I think it's just Lee Harvey Oswald. I think he just got lucky. He's inept. I mean, why would you partner with a guy who was as unbalanced as that guy? He just got unbelievably lucky to the detriment of Kennedy and his family and perhaps the country." And she's like, "No way. You believe that?" "No, it's definitely a conspiracy." So here we are. You know, we've been in the same place and we came with different views. So I think with the virus and the vaccine, I can see where people would think that. But all I can say is I get the numbers from UT. Who's in the hospital? It's unvaccinated people. I mean, that's who's in there. Who's in the ICU? It's mainly unvaccinated people. The vaccine does, I think, really prevent you from getting severely sick. And for our pregnant patients, that's what we're worried about. I got an email saying 10 patients in the ICU at UAB, 7 who were pregnant, 7 intubated supposedly. I mean, if that number's correct, that's a frightening number.
That is.
So I think that, again, you know, before you get pregnant, good time to get the vaccine. You know, pregnancy, any trimester, I think it's safe to get the vaccine. You know, it was a sad story, unfortunately, of somebody who succumbed to, you know, to COVID, you know, during her 3rd trimester, and, you know, the baby died too, and she was like, well, I just wanted to wait it out to wait till I had delivered to get the vaccine. So I think you need to get the vaccine. I think the vaccine's good. Now, we will take care of patients, you know, if they haven't had the vaccine. I understand, you know, it's a free country. But I do think that it makes sense in my mind to do that, you know, so to protect themselves. So I don't think it's conspiracy theory. I don't think it's all for Bill Gates. I mean, that's why I'm an Apple user. Although Dr. Keenan is not, has suspicions about Apple too. And it does bother me that Siri can now listen to me if my phone's off.
Yes.
You know, so I feel like probably the Chinese are listening to me too. So I should probably practice my Mandarin as well.
Well, you used to live in Washington, D.C. I'm sure they're listening to you too.
They're always listening. They're always listening, Linda.
They're watching.
They're watching. I'm watching you. Exactly. So that's the way I guess. So it was fun to go to Dallas. It was interesting to see those things. You know, glad we made it back, and I did eat a lot of tacos, and it was fun to see our son Aaron and our daughter-in-law Abby and how they're settling into their lives there. And for Abby's training at Southwestern, we're associated with Parkland Hospital, and we're like, "Oh, Parkland, Abby, you know, that's where they took the president. How'd that work out for him?" Not so good. You know who else they took? Lee Harvey Oswald. How'd it work out for him, Abby? Not good either, right? So I was like, I'm glad you're training there. No, she was getting a little sensitized with that. So in any case, don't worry about your conspiracies, okay? If you have a theory about who shot Kennedy, let me know who shot Kennedy so we can figure out how to do the hard work to help heal this country. Anyway, that's it for Facebook Friday. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Just go out to that little